Hey folks, how are we doing today? It's Andrew down here at C. Harper Kia, and boy is it an exciting day because I have the all-new updated 2024 Kia Sorento midsize SUV. Let's take a look at what's new with this model versus the previous one and show you all of the updates that I think are very exciting for this new Sorento. Let's hop right into it. And that's right, here it is, the all-new updated 2024 Kia Sorento. Now this might be a bit confusing because both of these models are technically 2024 Kia Sorentos, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to call this the updated version and this the previous version. All right, so now that I got that out of the way, let's take a look at what's new. Starting up front, we have the biggest difference between these two models, which is the front exterior styling. Kia went crazy up here, and I think it looks amazing. So as you can see up front here, we get more of a squared off look on this new Kia Sorento, kind of more inspired by the Telluride model, bit of a more squared and tough look, I would say. This grille is a little bit wider, also a little bit more rectangular, kind of inspired by the EV9, Kia says, but probably the biggest change and most distinctive aspect are these all-new vertically integrated lights. Really love the look of them. These beautiful amber daytime running lights that you get. Just a wild style. Amber daytime running lights are kind of Kia's thing now, starting with the Telluride and going on to the K5. I'm glad that they brought it here onto the new Sorento model. Now this one in front of me is an EX X-Line model, and I'll get into the X-Line and the X Pro model down the line. Now this is the previous Kia Sorento model that has been on sale for a few years now. It has been a great SUV in the Kia model lineup. Thousands, millions, I don't know how many, but let's just say a lot of satisfied customers. And it's kind of the right size, right folks? Because it's not as large as a Telluride, but for those who might need the occasional use case of a third row, well, this is a great one because you do have your third row on this vehicle. So it's a little bit larger than a compact, but not quite as big as driving around something like a Telluride. A lot of people love this in-between size, and I think for many years, the styling Kia got right on this model. And you can let me know below, what do you think about it? I think it's aged pretty gracefully, kind of has a nice aggressive look up front. But as you can see, it's a bit different versus the new model. So our headlights kind of have a more horizontal look. We just have our kind of mild daytime running light there. And the grille looks great. Fog lights on this model too. I think it's a very nicely styled SUV. But once again, you compare it to this all-new updated 2024 version, and they really look quite different. As you can see, as I kind of go back, you kind of get both there at the same time. And really, that vertically stacked headlights they put on this new model dramatically changes the look of the vehicle. Of course, this is the previous Kia Sorento model. It has a very nicely styled rear end. I always have loved this kind of dual split tail lights that we get on that. And as we take a look at the newer model, well, there really isn't too many changes. The bumpers have been changed up a bit. They've been squared off a little bit more as what Kia says. But as you can see on this model, it's not like these are exactly super rounded or any of the like. And with this non-X-Line model on this previous model, you do have some nice contrast and bright work on the lower bumper there. Now coming around to the rear of this updated 2024 Kia Sorento, well, the changes aren't as dramatic as the front. It would take a lot for that to be the case. I kind of wish they did a little bit more in the back here. It does look pretty similar to the previous model. They do say there are some changes with the taillights. You can see they are still split out. Kia says they more resemble the ones that you find on the Telluride model, but I'm not exactly sure myself I see that comparison. However, as you can see below, we have a different looking rear bumper, of course with our integrated rear parking sensors there as well, which is very nice. Overall though, it is still a very good look on the rear end of this Sorento. And if we come down to the sides of the vehicles, well, there really aren't too many changes as well. With this previous model being a non-X-Line or X Pro model, you do have that nice bright work around the windows there and such. However, when we come over to our 2024 updated model, this again being the X-Line gets us our chrome delete. So we have that kind of gloss black look around the trim of the windows. But really, once again, not too many differences. All the updated styling is primarily focused on the front end of this new Sorento. Now, this model isn't apples to apples completely, as this is an EX hybrid model, while the new one is an X-Line EX model. But as you can see, we have our pretty nice looking wheels here on the previous model. But as we come back to the new 2024 Kia Sorento, look at these X-Line edition wheels. They're 20-inch painted in gloss black. And I don't know what has gone into Kia lately, but their wheels have become so funky, so cool, and very distinctive, something you would not see on any other mid-size crossover SUV. Okay, so let's take a look at the interior on this previous Kia Sorento model. Now, once again, by no means has this interior been outdated or any of the like, but Kia has been great at keeping all of their models fresh, new, and cutting edge. And taking a look at the previous Kia Sorento, once again, this is a very nicely styled interior, very functional. I think it has some really unique things. You kind of have this metal look, which is pretty unique on this model. Our vents, vertically integrated, which is nice. Not as big as cohesive as you'll see on the new model, but lots of areas to position the air to cool you down or heat you up. Really nice. Taking a look at our infotainment on this model, this was a 10.25-inch infotainment screen here. This does have Kia's previous software, but by no means is it outdated. It's a very good software. It's nice and snappy as well, of course, which is great. We do have our wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as well, so you can have your smartphone projection on this model, which is great. Really nice, but as you see, and once we take a look at the new interior, there are some upgrades when it comes to our infotainment. Now, looking at our center display on this model, you'll see it's a little bit different on this previous model. We do have kind of our smaller digital information display in the middle. We can cycle through a few of different settings on here. Now, here's our heating and ventilation here. All physical controls, automatic, very nice and easy to use. These switches, they're pretty nice. I would think I'd probably prefer knobs. It's a little weird cycling them up or down, but regardless, it's a nice, easy system to use. No worries with that. And finally, let's take a look at our center console here. Of course, we have a big, nice opening center console here in the middle. Once again, this is the hybrid model, so our shifter is a bit different versus the gas model I'll show you on the updated Sorento. We do have our drive modes beneath and our center lock here, which is great. Some other controls here and very large cup holders there to the right. Of course, we have our 3-stage heated seats on the EX model and the current and the previous generation Sorento. And down here, we have some charging options. We've got 3 USB-A charging outlets there, plus a wireless phone charger that you can have right here as well. Lots of great charging options on this previous Kia Sorento. And let's take one final look at the instrument panel on the previous Kia Sorento before we show you the all-new updated version. Now, taking a look at the all-new interior on this updated 2024 Kia Sorento, it is a very nice improvement. Obviously, the seats have remained the same between the two models, in that these are both EX trim levels. We can have our synthetic perforated leather here, which is very nice and comfortable, durable as well. But really, the main difference you'll see between the two is the all-new instrument panel and displays on this 2024 updated Kia Sorento. So it's really nice look. We have our vents here, which are kind of one almost cohesive piece with these little bit larger and extra styled vertical pieces to kind of match the new headlights on this Sorento. And as you can see, they kind of flow throughout the interior from the driver's side to the passenger side. Looks really good. You almost have kind of a shelf-like look with this interior that integrates our new displays. We have some faux wood trim here on this model, which looks really nice. I think it's a really, really good style. But the centerpiece on this new interior has to be this panoramic dual 12.3-inch screens. So of course we have our driver's information display in front of our steering wheel here. Looks really nice, super colorful, have a lot of different information that you can go throughout on this model here. Of course, an all digital miles per hour instrument to the left and our RPM gauge to the right. Really cool there. And then here in the center is our infotainment system. Once again, 12.3 inches in size. Has the all-new Kia infotainment software. It's super snappy and quick. You can kind of just dive into everything real quickly. And of course, we do have our wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto with it. Looking at our center display here, there really aren't as many changes with this. We do have a very good amount of physical controls here, which I always love of our Kia products. Our drive mode selector there. Since this is an X-Line model, we do have our locking center differential, which is very good. Once again, more of those physical controls beneath the infotainment system on this Sorento model. So of course we do have adjustability for our climate control, or if we want to go into our audio settings just by one simple tap there. Really great. I'm glad not everything is buried in the infotainment like some of our competitor automakers. Kia really does a good job with usability on these Sorento models. We do have some updates down here. As we look, we have all USB-C charging outlets throughout the new Sorento. So that's really good. Kind of have that new modern charging standard that you get from everything from the new iPhone to all other devices. Plus, we do still have our wireless charging pad on the right-hand side there, which is great as well. Now, looking at the interior lighting, we do have LED interior lights on this X-Line model here. You will get this on most of the higher end models with the EX X-Line or X Pro and above. This EX X-Line also gets us this beautiful and super large panoramic moonroof up top to let in some natural light and fresh air. Now let's take a look at the rear end on this all new updated 2024 Kia Sorento. This is the second row here, and this is one of my favorite parts about this midsize SUV. You have plenty of space here. You can adjust these seats if you want to give your third row a little bit more room. Lots amount of space. We have, of course, dual rear air vents, 12-volt traditional household outlet there. Plus, once again, more of those updated USB-C charging outlets. You get two beneath each of the front seats here. As we close the door, lots of space, big, cushy, comfy armrests in that same seat material. Of course, multiple cup holders in this model, one here and one up here, real convenient and easy. Just a really nice amount of space. Once again, this EX X-Line model does get us these same caption chairs that we were showing off in the previous version, and they're super comfortable, easy to recline. And before we wrap this video up, we just have to once again show off this all new instrument panel and interior look you get on that. It's very modern. I think it looks great. Still has, of course, our integrated physical controls. Drop a comment below. What do you think about the updates on the interior for this Kia Sorento? I swear I'm almost done with this video, but let's take a look how easy it is to get into the third row. One touch, super easy. Lets a nice amount of space in there. As you can see, I have the one row up and this one down. We do have some USB charging outlets back there. Once again, updated to USB-C. Of course, some cup holders and extra storage space as well. Now, just a few more things before we wrap up this video. Once again, we do have the addition of the X-Line and the X Pro trim levels for the all-new 2024 Kia Sorento. So in front of me here, this is the X-Line model, and you get some unique upgrades with that. Of course, our grille and everything has this gloss black look. It's kind of more squared off, giving a more off-road look with the X-Line and the X Pro model. We also, of course, have our fog lights beneath, I think that you saw in the beginning of the vehicle. We have these very unique 20-inch gloss black wheels on this X-Line model, which once again, super unique, super great looking. Really love that. Of course, we also have these crossbars up top, painted in gloss black to kind of match everything else. And this model also gets you, of course, our center locking differential, our panoramic moonroof, our leather interior, and our captain's interior seats in the middle row. Now, the X Pro model kind of takes the off-road philosophy up another notch. So you actually get smaller wheels, 17-inch wheels, but you get some of more of a beefier tire on that model. And finally, we got to talk about the new exterior colors. So if you choose the X-Line or the X Pro, you get two unique color options. This is the new one for this year, which is Roadrunner Brown. I don't think the sunlight or the video is doing justice to this color. Maybe if I come around to this side, but it is a great kind of lighter tan exterior color. Kind of fills in that line between tan and gray, almost like that pastel look. Also, a welcome addition on the X-Line and X Pro model is jungle green. So we have seen that color. I'll insert some pictures here on the Telluride model. It is a fantastic looking green color. Let me know which one you would choose. All right, folks, so those are all of the updates on the all-new 2024 Kia Sorento midsize SUV. I hope you found this video useful. You can see all the new changes. Of course, if you have any questions, drop a comment below. But also, I want to hear from you. What is your favorite part on this all-new Sorento? Do you like the styling on this? Do you prefer the previous generation? Do you really like the interior or the new infotainment? I can't wait to hear from you about what your favorite part on this new Sorento is. Once again, I'm Andrew from C. Harper Kia, just south of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Thanks again for watching. Hope to see you in the next video.